Okay, I'll just backtrack quickly. So as I stated, yes, fall arrest is a system or a device that will stop you from falling or that will stop you from hitting the ground whilst you are working at heights. So let's have a look on our course overview. Okay, it's a one-day contact session combining knowledge, demonstration, and practical application. Learners must understand fall risk legislation, anchor points, lifelines, fall protection, equipment, and the rescue considerations. Practical activities may be completed on a scaffold, cat ladder, or other suitable working at height structures based on availability or work application. Right? Then it says competence is confirmed through formative activities and summative assessment and practical observation. So you are only going to be assessed in three categories for sure: the practical terms of things, the formative, and the summative observation. Then the learning outcomes. This is what you would expect, or this is what I should expect at a later stage during this day. Demonstrate basic knowledge of fall arrest equipment and limitations and relevant regulations. You should then be able to understand the regulations when it comes to working at heights, all right? Inspect, assemble, and store fall arrest equipment. Select suitable anchor points. Use fall arrest systems with a double lanyard or double shock absorbing lanyard. Then it says use pre-installed vertical and horizontal lifelines. For now, I think some of these issues, they do not make any sense to one because you haven't actually seen the actual equipment or items, or you know about them, but maybe not sure about the names as well. All right. We do have abbreviations that we do respect in the industry. I'm talking of our FA. What is that? Fall arrest. If you see anything that says FA in our books, it states fall arrest. All right. Then it takes us to FAS, FAS. That is the fall arrest system. Okay. So let's have a quick discussion or an induction with regards to what is a fall arrest system. What is it that you need to have a fall arrest system? Okay. For you to create a fall arrest system, you always need or you always have to have three items in place. All right. What are these three items that you need? For starters, it's the anchor point where you are going to connect onto. The anchor point should then be suitable to hold your weight after you have fallen. Though we have two types of anchor points in the industry. The first type of anchor point is your self-identified type of anchor point. So if it's self-identified, then it means it's a temporary anchor point. Are we together? A good example is your cat ladder or a scaffold, right? Then the other type of anchor point is the permanent or the planned anchor point, whereby we drew on our walls. Then that one it's engineered. You have a safe point there, then you've got a lifeline running a steel cable from one point to the next, especially on top of the roofs. Those are permanent lifelines. Together they all planned lifelines. So for starters, for you to create a fall arrest system in place, you should have, yes, the anchor point where you are going to engage onto or to connect onto. Number two, most important item will be the fall arrest device. Because we do have more fall arrest devices in the industry. Okay? For instance, just allow me to show you something quickly. Right. This is one of our fall arrest devices. But the norm or the normalcy, this is what we refer to as the double shock absorbing lanyard. Double shock absorbing lanyard. Alright, this is one of the fall arrest devices because we've got plenty in the industry. Alright, so if you do have then the double shock absorbing lanyard connected to the anchor point, it means at the other end you should then have what? You should have then the full body harness or the body protection harness. Are we in an agreement? So the three must be interlinked together. The anchor point connected there, the fall arrest device connected to the harness. Then we call it a what? A fall arrest system. Though the system will do wonders from 3 meters going up. Are we together? Why? Due to the lanyards that we have. This is what we refer to as the lanyards. Are we together here? Right. So let's backtrack quickly, gentlemen. If you are wearing your harness, having your harness on, and having also the hooks engaged, all right? If you are just standing on the ground like that, we refer to you that you are on your fall protection equipment. Are we together there? Or you are in your fall arrest equipment. But the moment when you get to a structure, then you just connect your hooks onto that structure. We refer to you now to say you are on your fall arrest system. Does it make sense? So those are the two differential departure points, right? So for instance, we call it the FPE, fall protection equipment. Already, it states what? It's when you are just kitted up but not yet connected on a certain segment. Are we still in agreement with it? Then we've got the FPP, fall protection plan. This is a well-documented document, actually, that is put in place to make sure that we work at height safer on our sites. Prior, before work commences, this fall protection plan was supposed to be developed and put in place by a competent person. Are we together? We've got two types of these fall protection plan. We've got the generic type of fall protection plan, which means when we develop that type of fall protection plan, it means it does not just cater for one site. It caters for all our sites because it's a generic one. Our methods of statements of our ways of working on certain sites will stay uniform. They will never change. Then the other type of fall protection plan is called a site-specific fall protection plan. We do also offer such course of a fall protection plan, yet Masheq. It is also good mannerisms or good workmanship for you to be a fall protection plan, especially in your own company that you are working for, rather than to outsource at certain times, because you are the individual that normally succumbs different conditions and understand more in terms of that field of where you are. Though other outsourcing, yes, they might be very experienced, but it's good enough if it's developed by yourself after you are competent to be a fall protection plan developer. Any questions, gentlemen? Is this making sense? All right, I'll try to make it nice and sweet and short at a certain time, but I am open for questions. Right, then it takes us here, the HLL, horizontal lifelines, all right? But before we go there, let's just try to backtrack. We spoke about the fall protection plan, right? And we said it's a well-documented document that is put in place. Let's just try to have a look in a skeletal form, to just have a look or to zoom a bit into it and see what exactly should it be. Why are we calling it a fall protection plan? All right. These two fall protection plans that we just spoke about, for you to know that you are on the right channel, or you are developing the right one, or you expect to see a quantified fall protection plan, what is it that you must have? Or what are the components of the fall protection plan? You are about to get at least 5 items, or you are about to get 5 components into it. All right? So the first thing, what is important is what we are doing now. We want to go to a certain site, we check off the training. Are the crew members trained? So training, it's number 1, right? Number 2, do we have medical evaluations? Is everyone involved on that site medically fit? That is also another question. It's a component. So all these questions that I'm asking for evidence and collecting such documentation so that I can put it in that file as well, because it's going to be necessary on our site, right? So we spoke of training, then we spoke of medical evaluation, employees medical evaluation, right? Then we can also talk of the rescue plan. Do we have a plan when it comes to the rescue, right? Does this make sense? Okay, rescue plan. Then we also talk of equipment and inspections. We need also to talk about our equipment and inspections, right? Then lastly, the risk assessment. So which means before one can attend to any site, it means I was supposed to go and do a site survey, so for me to come on this collective information. Are we together there? Right? Then for you to get to this level, it's a prerequisite also for you to have fall arrest level 1, and also to be an advantage if you do fall arrest level 2, the one that has got rescue involved into it. Because us as level 1s, according to the regulations and the law, you cannot just work as fall arrest technician level 1s. There should be a level 2 in place in case things don't happen the other way. The rescuers are available on site. So the good part of you being a fall arrest level 2, you are in that course. We get into depth. Why? Because you are able to distinguish between a risk and hazard. Are we still in agreement there, gentlemen? Right. But anyway, let me not maybe confuse you going in that depth. We are just on the basic full arrest level 22998. Alright. So we've got the HLL, that is the horizontal lifeline. Alright. We do have two types again of these horizontal lifelines. It can either be permanent or it can be self-identified. So anything that is permanent, it's engineered. Self-identified, it's temporary. What is the advantage of the horizontal lifeline? It enables you faster movement in a horizontal motion, especially on our roofs. Are we together? Whilst you are connected, it then offers you that advantage. Okay, if it's a self-identified type of horizontal lifeline, we then anticipate that from the first graduation of installation, it should be 8 to 10 meters from the next graduation with an alpine butterfly knot connected to another safe point. Then from this graduation to the next again, we anticipate that it's what? 8 to 10 meters. So which means we can have several individuals connected, but they are demarcated in their different graduations according to connection. Whereby if one has to take a fall now, we're not going to lose the all other crew members at the same very time because it's graduated in different sections. Are we together? Imagine now if it was just one long connector static rope, then everyone is connected there. Then if the line breaks, then we lose almost everyone. Okay, so if it's temporary, the best approach or the material that we need to use there, it will be a kinamental static rope. Kinamental static rope. There it is. It is 11 millimeter thick. The breaking strength is 2.7 to 3 tons. The static rope. Yes, that's how good it is. But now, how do you know it's static? Can you see lines going like that? Just by looking, you must know then, yes, this would then stretch. Okay? So which means if you were to fall onto this rope, if you are connected onto it, the shock definitely goes into the rope. It does not come back to you. But now, if you see the one that has got axis, we then refer to it as a dynamic rope. So this is a kinamental static rope. The other one, it's a dynamic one. It has got axis just by looking. Which means it does not take a shock if you were to fall onto it. Alright? The shock does not get into the rope. The shock goes back to you and you'll be very shocked from your own shock.
What was that other rope called?
Dynamic. So we've got a dynamic and a kinamental one. So this is a kinamental static rope. 300 kg safe working load, breaking strength, 2.7 to 3 tons. Happiness.
Yes. And you said with this, the temporary line, every 8 to 10 meters.
Yeah, so from
you said there was a knot.
Yeah, an alpine butterfly knot. Normally we train this on level 2. Remember our level 1s are not allowed to be given this temporary lifelines. So here at Masheq, we take pride and we've got confidence in what we do in the sense that it's also another package. In your audit sake, it's also good for every crew member to have maybe 1 or 2 individuals with that type of skill, because when you go on at your working at heights activity, it's easy for you to install those temporary lifelines on top.
Not me. I'm too heavy to go.
Yes,
but I know what you mean.
Yes, you get the magnitude about it. Yes, are we together? Yeah. But I've trained also bigger guys. Yes, but I'm happy that we're on the same page with regards to what we're trying to say. The Martins can maybe get that opportunity. So we know that, okay, if we are doing roof work, our individuals are able to install temporary ones. Yeah. But the knot is called an alpine butterfly knot. It actually carries 3 advantages. That's why it's recognized there. That's why it qualifies on that level. What the 3 advantages about this alpine butterfly knot is that it offers you an anchor point scenario if you want to use it as an anchor point. Hence, that's the reason why we are putting it on the horizontal lifeline. Alright? Secondly, you can use it as a stopper knot. Yes. So if you've got upsailers, before 1.5 meters before they reach to the ground, if there is equipment failure, the individual is not going to hit the ground. It will definitely stop where the stopper knot was placed. Okay? The third point about it, you can also use it to segregate the damaged part of the rope. Do you want to have a look and see what it is like?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. This should be level 2, but here at Masheq we don't mind also to share more information. Why not? Right. So the monumetics comes from the fact of this is 1, 2,